This character's name is Jim, and Jim is one of my favorite characters in Apathy Sequence, because not only is he kind of a poster boy of the whole thing, bearing this apathetic look from the beginning to the end, for the most part, he also is very underestimated, and that usually comes as a consequence to those he faces. That said, I'd like to thank the person who let me use his image for this character. His name is also Jim. Thank you very much, and I hope you like the image. I really do. Thanks a lot. Now, I really don't know where to start with this character. I'm not going to reveal the things he does. I'd like some things to be a surprise. And with this character, he's actually, well, full of surprises, and that I'm just going to leave that as his ability. You know, I'm just going to say that's his ability for now. So anyway, with the image itself, I was kind of torn between completing the image and making it look as good as I possibly could, which includes filling the composition. That includes background elements. We call that negative space. But I realized that this is just the first pass, so really, I kind of did a little bit of column A and a little bit of column B, but in the end, there's a lot more to go, and this really is a series. Everything I do is a series. Nothing, well, barely anything is finished first time around. That's kind of why I do this, why I put it on YouTube in the first place. I could spend hours and hours on something. I could spend a year on an image and still it might not be complete. There really are no guarantees. That's just kind of the way art works, and really music too, and a lot of things. I mean, sometimes you just have to settle, I guess. But going back to this image, let's see. I combined two images. The first one you saw, the color image that had only half the character in it, was the very first image I ever made of this character. And then the other one, the full pose, I kind of like the stance of the character because it's kind of the way he walks. He slouches a little bit. And I also like the marks on the face, which is why I decided to, you know, keep that face as opposed to getting rid of the head completely. You can kind of catch a little hint of his ability, and let me tell you, that is just a little tiny hint. And I'm of course referring to the thing that you saw in his hand before I removed the character from the composition so I could work more on background elements. But yeah, I'll explain the city too in another video, but as you can see, I focused a lot on the background of this image, and there is a reason for that. I hope the reason reveals itself in the future. Already doing these kind of things, one thing that should be said is that ideas tend to come at me like, I almost get barraged by them. So, like, what you're noticing, I think what you might see is a variety of different perspectives combined in this, especially with the background image, in comparison to the actual figure. And that's just something I have to work out in time, you know. This is like a rough draft. The whole point is to get the ideas down quickly, and that's kind of just the way it works. And so yeah, I do apologize for anything that, you know, isn't completed, even though just tune in and you'll see them completed in the future. I use some special techniques with the buildings. I don't know if you noticed it. I couldn't even begin to explain the techniques to you. It involved a lot of working in the program itself, kind of tweaking some of the tools that it provides. And I do this so that it provides these really nifty templates first pass around, so I can make the image as complicated as possible first time around, so by the time it's over, I'm almost guaranteed an incredibly complicated image that should be very interesting to look at, something that you would have to kind of scan around the entire page to get the full detail up. Obviously, I'm out of time. Thanks for tuning in. If you like what you see, please rate, comment, give me your critique. I feed off of your opinions and want to very much. That's all I got.